Oh man, there's never anywhere to park. Oh, there you go. There's my spot, the dumpster. You know, driving a piece of junk does have its advantages. You can leave it wherever you want, like say in front of a dumpster. It's not there when you get back, get another truck. Okay, so we're gonna go talk to Kevin. We're gonna see what kind of progress he's making on that 37 Ford. We've given him like 2 or 3 days. There should be enough time to chop the top, right? We'll find out. Kevin, what's the deal? I thought the top was gonna be chopped. I'm just teasing you, man. How's it going? This is Kevin from Premier Autobody. Remember him? All right, so what do you got going here so far?
Well, so far we're trying to get these hinges set up. We've got these new hinges and trying to get the geometry set square and straight up so that the doors will open and still not interfere with the door. We decided not to go with the suicide hinge. It still interferes with the fenders and so on also. Sure. So we're going with these. We got to keep them close together, keep the geometry short. We're doing this to get rid of the hinges, to get rid of the actual stick out kind of hinges.
Yeah, actually, you know what? The door's over here. I'll show you what he's talking about. See, these hinges used to protrude past the outside of the door. He's actually going to add to the door skin here and move the other hinges to the inside. That changes the geometry a lot on how the door opens. So now the door isn't going to interface with the rest of the car the same way, but it's going to look a lot cooler. So what else you got going on here, man? It looks like quite a bit's been done.
Well, of course, we had to swell out the wheel wells to make sure that we had enough room for the tires to fit under the wheel wells. Sure. Because obviously, with the kind of motor and transmission it has, we're going to have to get a little bigger tire here, a little more room. And actually, since it has the suspension that is drop and the airbags, when they drop it down to the ground, it actually needs more room to get the tire up in here. So what we have to do is we had to reshape the inner wheel houses and open them up to make tubs out of them. We was able to bring these in to the relationship with the same width as the frame. So we have very close tolerance there with the frame, and you can't get tires bigger than the frame. So.
Right, yeah, absolutely. I noticed part of the other side here was assembled.
The owner doesn't want to put the weltings in that were original, so we're reshaping and reforming these panels so they have a much sharper point, so when they come together and we fit them, they look like they're a manufactured fitted joint.
Right, yeah, so rather than you're just going to have a parting line here, these cars used to have, it was like a piece of foam, basically.
A welt, yeah, it's a foam covered with material.
Yeah, material wrapped around it, and that would be what made up the differences in the body gap. So there's another thing it's a bit of a challenge to come up with a nice gap on these when they used to just have that big one.
Fine-tuning everything and bringing it down to a finer point.
Yeah, cool.
We decided to come out with the exhaust out through the running boards in this area here. And now to get the exhaust through, we needed more stand it up. We had to curve the thing a little different. We also had to change the shape of the fender to, you know, match this whole effect.
Cause and effect. It's a lot of things. You change one thing and it just snowballs through the entire project.
Not only did we have to redo the shape, but also to keep this fender strong, the original inner structure was used again, and what we do is the shape on the outside fits in one way and the inner piece fits at another angle, which actually supports it, and then we put it together with a epoxy adhesive, and it won't rust, it won't let water behind it, it actually makes a good repair.
All right, so you got all these things going on, and I guess that's to get the car where you want it before you chop the roof. So
exactly, we have to get a good foundation first. We got to make sure that everything on the bottom side's done, and then we have to build support bracing on the inside of the car, temporary support bracing to support the car in its position to where it stays. But the actual structure on the inside needs to be built strong enough to hold the structure, because the structure part of this car, whenever I cut it apart, it's just gone. It's going to be like a piece of paper flopping.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, that's one of the things that we have to deal with.
Okay, well, I know one thing. We're not going to let you off the hook. We're going to keep popping in on this thing and keep seeing what it takes to turn a car like this into a hot rod. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.